Did you read the NTE dev notes responding to feedback? Yes, I actually did. I did a video on that actually. I uploaded it just yesterday, titled something like a big announcement for Neverness to Everness. I thought that it was a great step in the right direction. Actually, you know what? How many of you, chat, are actually interested in Neverness to Everness? The reason I ask is because people keep asking me, hey Stix, what do you think NTE needs to do to succeed? And do you think the game is going to fail? Honestly, my genuine, honest opinion here is that the devs reached out to specific content creators. I was one of them. They reached out to open a line of communication, not the other way around. This means that they understand the importance of content creators and the input from content creators. They also have offered to answer any and all questions that I have personally. I'm sure they've done this for other content creators as well, which means they theoretically aren't hiding anything. Now, this is also evidence that the devs, at least at present, understand the importance of having critical feedback, having people that are critical of the product or the services to tell you, the developer, what they've done wrong and where, in theory, they need to improve. This doesn't mean to mindlessly hate. This means to provide constructive criticisms. They don't want cum-guzzling white knights telling them that they're doing great. What they want, what they need, are critics to tell them that they're not, so that they can improve and become great. I believe that the key to achieving said greatness is simple. The game just needs to do three things, actually, just three, to ensure its success. Number one, I think it is imperative that the devs listen to their community. To build a game for their players, rather than building a game for their investors. Listen to the community. Exactly. That is exactly right. You noted number one, the most important is to not make a game to make money, but instead make a game that will make players spend money. See the difference? Number two, it is imperative that you do not time gate your game. How many of you played Tower Slam recently that had a time gate? How many of you played Tower Fantasy at launch, which had a time gate? Honestly, Tower Fantasy had more time gates present than there are current players left. Time gating deters people from playing your game. They immediately see it and they're like, okay, yeah, they don't reward my time. They don't reward the time investment I'm devoting to this game. So then they stop playing. They want to play as much as they want to play at whatever pace and rate they want. Telling them they're not allowed to do that is going to force them to leave. That is number two. Number three, and this is important to me, I think it is important to focus on telling a coherent story. Now, Tower Fantasy's main issue, I think, other than the time gating, was that the game barely made any sense whatsoever, and the devs themselves openly admitted to being so humiliated, so embarrassed with the story present, that they have repeatedly offered story skips to move between major patches. You could skip from 1.0 to 2.0, 2.0, 3.0, 3.0, 4.0. I didn't even have to finish any of the 3.0 content. I restarted at 3.2 and immediately moved into 4.0 without having to clear anything at all. Which is hilarious because every major patch that comes out, they want to distance themselves from all previous content. They don't actually want people to play it. Now, Tower Fantasy did have a lot of potential. I thought it had potential. Many other content creators thought it had potential, but that potential was never realized. I think NTE, Neverness to Everness, has a lot more potential than Tower Fantasy had. And at the very least, from what I've seen thus far and what I've seen from talking with some of the devs personally on Discord, they do seem to have a semblance of an idea of what they're doing this time around, hopefully. Those are my thoughts on Neverness to Everness right now.